The phone screen glows before the sun is up. Its light is cool and sharp in the quiet dark of the bedroom. A single thumb swipe unlocks a cascade. Last night's unanswered messages blur into this morning's breaking news alerts. A podcast auto plays about an overnight policy shift. Hosts already dissecting talking points formulated hours ago. A notification announces a new scientific study that appears to contradict last week's study. Below that, a celebrity feud is trending, its details spilling out in a blizzard of fragments. The world arrives not as a coherent story, but as a blizzard of fragments, each demanding immediate attention. We scroll through an endless feed that places a catastrophic weather event next to a viral dance challenge and a complex political scandal, next to an ad for meal kit delivery. The emotional and cognitive whiplash is constant. One moment, outrage; the next, amusement; the next, fear. Each item arrives with the same urgency, flattening the hierarchy of importance until nothing feels truly important. We are drowning, not in a lack of information, but in its overabundance. This experience is not accidental. It is the result of systems engineered for perpetual engagement, learning our habits, anxieties, and curiosities to keep us scrolling, clicking, and reacting. In the past, authoritarian power meant censorship, the censor's black marker, the state broadcaster delivering a single, monolithic version of the truth. Power operated by restricting access to facts, denying alternatives, control through scarcity. Today, a more potent control has emerged: abundance. Modern actors no longer need to censor, they can drown truth out. Why burn a book when you can publish a million? Some true, some false, some nonsensical. Why silence a dissenter when you can amplify 1,000 other voices to bury them in noise? The goal isn't to hide the truth, but to make it impossible to find, and even if found, impossible to trust. Contradictory information bombards citizens, expert opinions clash, breaking cycles spin endlessly. A stable, verifiable reality begins to erode. Is this diet good or bad? Is that clip in context? Is the crisis urgent or exaggerated? This method of control is subtle. No soldiers in the streets, just pervasive exhaustion and disorientation. Overwhelmed, people disengage. Apathy feels easier than verification. This is control through cognitive overload, confusion weaponized to preserve the status quo. The populace becomes too distracted, too tired, too mistrustful to mount a coherent challenge to power. The architecture of our digital lives is an engine for noise. At its core, algorithms designed for one purpose: engagement. Social feeds, video platforms, aggregators. None prioritize truth or importance. They prioritize what keeps you on platform. Strong emotion wins. Anger, fear, validation. Outrage generates more clicks, shares, and comments than nuance, so the system amplifies outrage. A self-fueling loop of inflammatory content and visibility. Updates are instantaneous. A story breaks. Within minutes, thousands weigh in. Experts contradict live. Eyewitness clips show slivers, an illusion of transparency that muddies the waters. First reports are frequently wrong, but spread like wildfire before corrections catch up. Speed prevents careful verification. A minor incident is amplified, media covers it, discourse erupts, the algorithm boosts again. Loops flare and die in hours, consuming attention and emotional energy, without resolution. A narrative is built, then torn down. This churn isn't a healthy marketplace of ideas. It erodes trust in institutions, experts, and ultimately in our own ability to make sense of the world. The noise is the message. Nothing can be trusted. Section 4. The 24-hour cycle turns a page 3 gaffe into a multi-day spectacle. Clipped, looped, analyzed, memed, hashtagged. We debate the reaction to the reaction, a disorienting hall of mirrors that distracts from policy and governance. A complex public health crisis appears as equal weight tiles: official guidance, baseless conspiracy, personal anecdote, partisan frame, stripped of context. Without editors or librarians, the burden of verification shifts to the individual. Most are ill-equipped. Entertainment thrives on constant chatter, anticipation, theories, debate, where the conversation becomes the product and adds to the noise. Whether deflection, profit, or hype, the strategy is the same: capture attention by flooding the zone. The effect: a public perpetually distracted, emotionally exhausted, increasingly cynical, always looking, rarely seeing. Section 5. The exhausted mind, attention, fatigue, helplessness. In abundance, the real scarcity isn't time or money, it's attention. Systems fight to capture and monetize it, creating attentional scarcity. Our minds are trained to flit from stimulus to stimulus. Deep thinking, critical analysis, empathy all strain. Decision fatigue sets in. Should I click this? Is this credible? Should I respond? Each choice depletes mental energy. Bombarded by options, judgment degrades. We act impulsively or avoid deciding altogether. After a day online, we're too tired for complex issues. Easy content beckons. Learned helplessness. Under uncontrollable stress, we stop trying, even when we can. Faced with contradiction, effort feels futile. Clarity feels unreachable. We disengage, retreat from discourse, stop voting, stop showing up. Attention fragments, decision-making exhausts. Actions feel meaningless. Section 6. From paralysis to atomization. Long-term challenges require focus, consensus, shared facts, while feeds reward warring hashtags and partisan shouting. Personalized feeds create separate realities. We don't just disagree on solutions, we disagree on the problem. With stories shattered into fragments, common ground vanishes. Connected like never before, we feel more isolated. Section 7. The quiet resistance of clarity. Reclaim attention with information hygiene. Turn off non-essential notifications, choose books, seek long form, practice digital minimalism, relearn slow thinking, rebuild conditions for truth-seeking, support institutions, local journalism, libraries, education. Create spaces for deliberation online and in person. Break bubbles, seek challenging perspectives. In an age that floods us with noise, creating quiet for clear thought is a radical act. The first step is simply to look up from the screen.